And a good evening to you, rugby fans. Welcome to Bridgeview, Illinois. It is SeatGeek Stadium. I am John Broker. I'm joined by Eagle legends Mike Petrie and Dave Fee. On the sidelines is Thomas Wheels Grant. Big game coming up. Big things happening for both teams. We'll talk about the USA a little first. Dave, it's not just a 4-year cycle. It's a 7-year cycle. Coach Scott Lawrence is bringing in Project Moonshot. Let's talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, we're obviously got a big focus here on 2027 and the 2031 World Cup here on home soil. We've got some young players here, a couple making their debuts that will feature down the road. We've got our U20s over in Scotland for the Junior World Trophy. A lot of players that will be coming up throughout the next couple of years. It's a real exciting time to be an American rugby fan.
And Mike, Romania in transition as well. Some changes there. Let's talk through it.
Yeah, they had a really difficult World Cup in 2023 at the fall. And then they've got a new coach, though, now. David Gerard has stepped in to take over the helm. And then beyond that, they played 4 games, the European Championship earlier this year. And now this is the first time they've ever played on American soil. So a lot at stake here for this Romanian team.
There's definitely a lot coming for both teams. And right now we're going to go to Thomas Grant talking to USA Rugby CEO Bill Gorin and AEG's Dan Lyle.
Well, it is an exciting time to be a USA Eagles fan. The American Series starts tonight. It is your Eagles taking on Romania, and then we're off to the nation's capital next week for the Eagles versus Scotland. And someone that's played a major part in pulling this historic occasion together is USA Rugby CEO Bill Gorin. First of all, how excited are you to have international rugby back here on American soil tonight?
Yeah, we couldn't be more excited. We haven't played on American soil in 2 years, so having them here today, we're thrilled, excited, looking for a big win, and top to bottom, everyone is ready to go.
And it's lodged in the back of everyone's minds. That is the 2031 and 2033 World Cup right here on US soil. And it's been a short amount of time since you stepped into the CEO role. But since you've come into the role, what are the major objectives that you want to tick off before that World Cup?
Yeah, look, it's lodged right in the front of my mind. Every day we're thinking about how are we going to make this the best World Cup that has ever been. There's a lot of people working incredibly hard from the professional levels to the community to build what we need to build as we're marching towards that 31 and 33.
Well, we can't wait, and all the best for what lies ahead.
All right, thank you so much.
Well, it sort of feels like a new frontier for this player pool of the Eagles, and someone that has worn the jersey many times in the past is former USA Eagle Dan Lyle. Dan, first of all, we have seen the Eagles come such a long way in a short period of time under the tenure of head coach Scott Lawrence. What excites you the most about this current player pool moving forward?
Yeah, the backdrop of the players is right here, so we're doing the interview at the right time. Look, the players have to perform from week to week, right? And Romania will provide a test today for them. Having said that, you have to develop players. So the U18, the U20s, skill coaches, activation coaches, all the differences between Tier 1 and Tier 2 have to be brought into the equation. Scott knows the pieces. He's putting it together right now. It'll take 2 or 3 or 4 years to bring it all together. That's why the Gemini meets the moonshot, meets the actual landing, and all those metaphors that he's brought together. So Scott has a plan. It needs to be backed by USA Rugby. It needs to be backed by promoters like AEG, World Rugby, and the fans. And you can only test that environment through a match like today's.
And there are some boys today that wear this Eagles crest for the first time. You had the privilege of wearing it over 50 occasions. What did it mean to you to wear that Eagles crest on your chest?
Yeah, it certainly is an honor and a privilege across the board. I think you're appreciative of everything you have when it comes to this Eagle team. I think Scott is bringing back some of that pride and honor and integrity that the Eagle teams have been known for in the past, and maybe not consistently driving that home. So he's bringing that too, which I think is part of that Gemini and moonshot. It's not all Americana, right? It's not all just about playing for the Eagles. You want to play for your community, your the crest, as you said, but also for each other. And he's bringing it all together. I think he's forming a nucleus and a system that is capable of a sustainable product.
Well, we can't wait to see it roll out in future years. And enjoy the game today, and thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Sue.
Thomas Grant. We're going to take a look at the lineups now. First, Mike Petrie bringing you Romania.
Romania makes 7 changes to their starting lineup from their last game against Spain back in March's European Championship. In the engine room of the forward pack, Horvat makes his test debut alongside Mahu in the second row, while the young hooker playing for Brive over in France, Burayana, earns his second cap tonight. 3 changes in this group as Nicolau and Serre are at flankers, and Koneke steps in at 9 to pair with Baovasa to run the show. The Oaks have a lot of firepower already in the back line, but they add the powerhouse Brare in the midfield and Popa at fullback to bring some spark to their game on the road in Chicago. Romania goes with a 5-3 split on their bench as a group that includes American-born Irmescu from New York City, looking to earn his 11th cap. He suits up alongside 34-cap veteran Savin to bolster the front row. And head coach David Gerard is in his second campaign after starting this past January. His first series was the European Championship back in March.
Thanks, Mike. Dave Fee, let's talk about these U.S. Eagles.
Yeah, really excited to see an experienced front row. We got Jake Turnbull, Dylan Fawcett, and Paul Mullen, some 25, 30 cap guys up there. A debutant in Ranger Van Erten, combined with Greg Peterson in that second row. We've got a youngster in Sam Gala, Jameson Fana-Schultz, and Thomas Tuivau in that back row, paired with J.P. Smith and A.J. McGinty. Excited to see him back leading the troops. A very experienced back line sees Nate Osberger and Christian Dyer out on the wings, Mitch Wilson at fullback, and the center pairings of Tomas Ivano and Tavita Lepetti. On the bench, Sosani Fiagai, Nate Sylvia, Caleb Geiger with a 6-2 split, Vila Hulu, Ben Bonasso and Patty Ryan, and the two backs, Luke Carty and Bryce Campbell. Scott Lawrence, the head coach, excited to see him in my hometown taking over the troops and seeing what Scott brings as an American coach here in Chicago.
Thanks, guys. We're going to step aside for a second. When we come back, we're going to talk about some players to keep an eye on. Welcome back on this beautiful evening. It's the American Series, AEG American Series, the United States versus Romania. The teams are taking the field. We're going to talk about some players to watch. Let's start with Romania.
Romania is generally known for their physical style of play, but their 10-12 combination of Hinckley, Vaovasa, and Jason Taumane can really set the tone for the Oaks.
They are two great players for those teams.
Vaovase will orchestrate the show for Romania tonight. He's a crafty playmaker, but can also break tackles and make plays to set people up around him, like his partner at 12. Taumane is an absolute handful in the midfield. He's powerful and shifty, a bit like a runaway freight train when he gets moving, and he can make things happen. He scored 2 tries in their last game against Spain, and we'll be looking to have another big performance in Chicago.
We are going to step aside for a second. It's going to be the anthems of both teams, and then we'll talk about the USA team after that.
Now, for those that are willing and able, please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem of Romania, performed today by a talented group of local singers. Under the direction of Miss Daniela Basnisis, please welcome the Romanian American Chicago Choir. Now please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem of the United States of America. Performed today by the two-time Midwest champion of the Chicago Lions and Northwest Indiana Rugby Hall of Fame, ND, inductee. Please welcome Christina Kukla.
That was the Star Spangled Banner and awakened the Romania. The teams get closer to doing battle. We're going to take a look at some key players for the United States. Dave Fee.
Yeah, John, you talk about the leadership and the spine of a team. It's led up front by Dylan Fawcett, 25 caps, 33 years of age, a try-scoring machine. Has a nose for the try line, is among the leaders in the MLR. Each and every year before we're finding that try line, he'll lead them up front. Continuing to talk about that spine, you look down the line, you talk about your hookers, your 8s, your 9s, your 10s, and that's the 10, AJ McGinty, your quarterback out there. It's exciting to see him coming back off his hamstring injury. AJ had 35 caps, 351 test points. We're looking to see AJ lead a very exciting back line.
There's a look at McGinty right there, getting ready to get us started. The United States are going to be in blue, going from left to right on your screen, on right to left, and white is going to be the Oaks of Romania. We are just about set to kick off. Referee for today's contest is going to be Angus Mabey from New Zealand, joined by Robin Kaluzniak from Canada. Marcus Playle from New Zealand is the assistant referees. Our TMO is Cam Russell. We are just about underway here. See the looks on their faces. McGinty ready to kick off this Pershing Cup in Chicago. We're underway. Romania takes the ball down first. Romania inside their 22. See what their first strategic move is. They're going to go right to a pot of forwards, taking it just inside the 22. That was Nicolau. The number 6 took that one into contact. Drago Sayre, first receiver on one side, Budiana, the hooker on the other side. But it looks like Kaneki is going to go straight to the boot. Puts up a high one just outside the 50-meter line. Bounces into touch. Mitch Wilson was back there to get that for the U.S. But fairly conservative start here for this Oaks team.
And it's exactly what you'd expect to see in that type of situation. You're just getting your feet underneath of you. You're on the road. Big travel here to Chicago. You get a deep kick. Good first collision wins by the United States. And if you're Romania, just clear your lines. That's a very good clearance, putting the USA out by midfield.
Sam Gala takes down the first line up from Fawcett. They bring Augsburger in immediately. Looks like he was hit high. The referee maybe says indeed he was inside the 50-meter line. It's going to be the first penalty to this U.S. team. Little ill-discipline early on from this Romania side.
Little ill-discipline, but I'm excited to see the backs get a first crack here. Alama Aramea running things at Anthem, an exciting back line. They're putting up points, and I'm excited to see what he can bring to this USA Eagles attack.
Aramea, former player of the New Zealand All Blacks, now coaching down Anthem RFC. in Major League Rugby in Charlotte, North Carolina. As McGinty puts that one just outside the 22, forwards will go in.
Yeah, you see Osberger coming in here off the blindside wing, and unfortunate, just a high tackle. They're going to call it early and get these things underway.
Good first opportunity here, though, for the United States. We talked about it was a great clearance, putting them out by midfield by Romania, but then really just doing them some self-damage here, getting the U.S. right back into this 22-meter line where Dylan Fawcett is so good in this area at the back of the maul. So we'll see what these USA forwards can do.
Renger Van Eerten, the 24-year-old, playing for Brive, takes that one down. They get that one clean. It's out to Tommaso Boni. Boni wraps it around. Is this the first play on? Just sneaks in behind Dyer. Christian Dyer takes it in. Dyer from the Houston SaberCats, born in Sacramento, California. Ball over for the U.S. We've got an advantage here. Players hands in from Romania from the Oaks. They're going to come wide immediately. Augsburger chips it over. The chase is on. Here comes Mitch Wilson. Will it bounce? Mitch Wilson. The New England Free Jack touches down. First 5 points to the U.S. Eagles.
Yeah, you're going to see Osberger here insert from the blindside wing. I believe he takes it from McGinty, playing through some advantage. He puts it through to on his foot, and Mitch Wilson's able to regather and dot it down for the Eagles' first score.
And you come back here to the short side, you can see Wilson looking for the ball. They know they have the advantage on. But look at the work rate from Wilson. He's on the inside. The ball gets skipped past him and bounces up kind of nicely for him. But Romania just has nobody home in that backfield that's patrolling, sweeping across. And so Mitch Wilson, easy days for him, just falling over the try line at that point. But a good heads-up play by Augsburger to notice that there was nobody home in that backfield and just dribble that ball in behind that Romanian defensive line.
5-0. USA up. Kick to come from McGinty. You can see the shot clock now in rugby. This kick has to be taken. McGinty lines it up. McGinty, 351 points so far as an Eagle. Trying to add to that tally. 6 tries, the rest penalties and conversions. Got a rushing Oak there, but calm and steady for the Bristol Bears man.
There's that try scorer, Mitch Wilson. This is what sets it up. So they run into the midfield. Here's where they get that advantage. The ball comes out of there a little bit smaller, a little bit slower. But we're going to take a look here. Mitch Wilson might have been a step in front of Augsburger, and it looks like he might have been in front of Nate Augsburger that time. So the U.S. there getting away with a little bit, I think, as Wilson looked to have been in front of the kicker there. I'm going to defer to a back three expert here in David Fee.
Hey, Nate Augsburger, plays his home matches here for the Chicago Hounds. He knows the Lions better than we do. I think he may have saw something we didn't.
7-0, one way or the other to the U.S. Hinkley Valvasa set to kick one off. Referee maybe just slowing down here. Are they going to go back and look at this? It looks like it's under TMO review from referee maybe.
And I'm not surprised, John. I am absolutely not surprised. I mean, I thought it might be, and then when you look at this replay, there is very clear evidence as far as I can see. Mitch Wilson is at least a step in front of Nate Augsburger, and that's what I thought we were coming back for. I was kind of surprised when the hand went up and the try was awarded, but nonetheless, here it is. You can see they're going to come back to it now. Our TMO intervened.
Yeah, so 15
and
blue.
We're going to come back for this.
Let's see
what they do here.
Now remember, there was a penalty advantage right there. So what will happen is they'll come back to a penalty for
However,
this USA team.
Advantage
I know that they're going to get the ball back.
At the previous breakdown for player not supporting the body weight. All right, thank you. Back on me. Yeah. Side. Mark, am I in the right spot?
So the referee has determined with the TMO, Cam Russell, that is indeed an offside. So it's going to be a penalty anyway, as we said. So McGinty puts it down to the corner at the 5-meter line. USA line up from a great position right here. Dylan Fawcett, the butcher, not afraid to score from this range.
He can score at will from 5 meters out, but that's the right call there, and a great job by our referee team of Angus Mabey, the player in the referee in the middle, and then Cam Russell, our TMO, to step in and make sure that they get that call right. But here goes the Eagle forward pack to work.
Van Eerten takes that one down. The butcher is at the back. Fawcett. Ball is in J.P. Smith's hands. Put it out to Boni. Tommaso Boni takes that one in. They put it a little wider. Butcher, it normally comes from the back. Does Fawcett. Using the nickname there. They are over. Referee says this time it's good. We'll get that number for you. But now the USA touches down 5 points to open up the scoring there. And it looks like it was Jamison Fa'anana Schultz, the Old Glory player, touching down for 5 right under the sticks.
And that was an excellent effort there by the Eagles. Just a well-scripted, take them through the phases. They didn't get what they wanted probably out of that maul. I think if you're Dylan Fawcett, you throw this ball in and you're expecting to put a try in yourself. But he works hard to come around the corner, get some good go-forward momentum, and then Jamison Fa'anana Schultz, that's how you catch a defense sleeping. That quick pick and go off that forward hit up. You find that seam around the edge of that ruck, and that's exactly what Fa'anana Schultz does there, and he carries 2 or 3 white jerseys over the line with him.
McGinty slots the extras from right in front. So it's 7-0 on the next play. Just about 6 minutes gone in this contest. All in that Romania half. Romania is going to have the restart right here, but they need to get on offense.
Yeah, I think right now they just want some possession. You know, we're 6-7 minutes into the game, and they really haven't touched the ball yet. The only opportunity they had was to clear their lines, and it's been all Eagles so far in this first 6.
Now Vasa set to kick this one off. The 25-year-old plays for Dinamo Bucuresti in the capital city of Romania. Ball comes back. It's inside the 22. Going to look to take this one to a long touch. Popoaya, the fullback, launches that one downfield. So another line out here for the Eagles, this time just outside of halfway.
Romania is doing a good job of clearing their lines. As you mentioned, Dave, they really haven't had much possession or much ball to work with. But one thing they have done is push the Eagles at least back to around that halfway mark when you clear your lines. And that's generally your target. When you're looking to clear from inside your 22, you want to push a team back into the other end of their territory if you can. They've accomplished that, but now they just got to put the pieces together on defense, and here's their first shot with ball in hand.
Ball slides over the top of the U.S. lineout, gets taken down by Julian Hartik. The big number 1 in the back of lineouts are there on the way. Kaneki at the 50-meter line. They're going to go straight for it with Jason Tomani, New Zealand-born player. The referee's going to go back for a penalty against the USA right on halfway, closer to the 15-meter line. So opportunity here, most likely for Romania to get down into the U.S. end.
Yeah.
This is what Romania needs. They need to put this ball into U.S. territory, as Dave said earlier. They just haven't played any rugby on that left-hand side of our screen. They've played a lot of defense back in their own end, so now they have a chance to just settle down, get some of their offense going, and it starts with a good line-out foundation here for them.
Ball winds up outside of the 22, so probably not quite the distance they wanted, but they do have the attacking line-out through the Romanian Oaks.
Romania sets this line out up with their 6 in that scrum half position, and their scrum half, Kaneki, back 10. So you imagine if they don't maul here, they're going to pull this out into the midfield and maybe smash up Jason Tomane into the midfield, but they go straight to the maul, and they send their forward pack to work.
Eagles driving that one towards the sideline. It goes to Valvasa, but he doesn't have much room there. Great work, Eagles defense, to push that one, make it harder for them. Couldn't take it to the midfield. Ludiana, the hooker, put that one in. Ball's back here to Kaneki. Running one of their larger fellas into the defense for the Eagles. Trying to dislodge some defense, just to orient them a little bit. Quick ball coming from Kaneki. They go out there, it comes out the back. Ball's a little wide now. Now they've got a runner. Ball is coming in here. Great work happening. Here comes Romania. Romania to touch this one down. That is Tafita Manumua from Rugby Timisoara. Touching down for 5 points for the Oaks. Big answer.
What an excellent answer is right by Romania to put themselves right back in this game. And so far we've got 2 tries in the opening 9 minutes of play, and both off of some phases. That was about the 4th play that Romania scored off of. They ran some crash balls using some of their big runners into the midfield. And then watch this. They go out the back and some nifty handling by some of their outside backs. And then this is just missed tackles by the Eagles. 1, 2, 3 blue jerseys waving at Tomana Mua as he goes through. And what a run by that guy, just keeping his feet going, keeping his legs pumping. Manu Ma'a, I mean, he is just, we talked about Tomane being a freight train in the midfield, but how about that freight train on the outside?
Yeah, we talked about trying to make the best of those possessions, and it didn't start well from that line out. I thought the Eagles put on great pressure off that defensive line out. It took them 2, 3, 4 phases, but finally they were able to find some space out wide.
Kaneki, the scrum half, takes a kick. We're all tied up at 7 here. You saw the experience. Pawaya in the back there, number 15, 37 caps, one of the more cap players on this team. Just had the wherewithal to put this one wide.
Yeah, I believe it's Tavita Lepetti who initially shoots out of the line, which creates that overlap. Mitch Wilson gets caught out there, and then, as Mike mentions, just a couple missed tackles. And, for Scott Lawrence, a defensive-minded head coach, that's probably just a little too easy.
McGinty gets us underway again. Ball is up. They go high. Does Romania. They come down with it after 22. Tied it up. That's got to be some energy for this Oaks team. The Oaks 4 games together in the Rugby Europe Championship this spring. The U.S. hasn't played together since November, but have a busy 2024 coming. Ball down there to the back. Kaneki. Vauvasa launches one high. Not a lot of distance. They're trying to test this back three of the U.S. No problem for Christian Dyer. A Houston Sabercat, collegiate All-American. Little pop-up there from Mullen. Peterson, the captain, hauls that one forward. Peterson playing for the San Diego Legion in Major League Rugby. Spots some space, but not the person you want to kick to. That is big Manu Mua. But McGinty knew there was a penalty, so just took the chance there. Will come back, penalty USA.
Yeah, playing the advantage. With that penalty, they were able to take a shot there, knowing they'd have another crack at it. Looks like AJ may set this up for a shot at 3. Actually going to take a shot to the corner. We'll see another line out.
He does shape to the corner and get that one over the head of the try scorer, Tavita Manumua. We're going to have another line out here for the Eagles. This is where they scored from last time.
I love to see this from the United States. We talked in the week with some of their players about the confidence that they're playing with, the energy, the excitement about their game plan, about coming together into camp. And so there is a perfect opportunity. They know they're in a game. It's deadlocked at 7. That's well within kicking range for McGinty. But instead, they decide, hey, let's go for the corner, let our forwards go to work, and let's see what they can do.
Renger Van Eerten comes down with that one. Another good line out from the Breve player. Good work by Romania to drive this one towards the touchline. So they're going to have to play it. They've got some runners. Little look there from Smith. J.P. Smith. Is he over? Is he on the try line? It's held up by Romania. Will be a goal line drop here, but great attempt from J.P. Smith.
What a defensive stand, though, in that maul from Romania. I mean, the United States has now gone to it twice inside around that 5-meter line, and they have gotten nothing out of it. So the Oaks defense at maul time has been outstanding. But how about this? J.P. Smith making his debut. I mean, he is a big scrum half at 6'2", and his opposite there, Konecki, just holds him up over top of the line. Lots of white jerseys getting involved in this, but J.P. Smith has options. Boney is what opens that channel up for him, and we're back into play.
Tuabau has the ball. The number 8 gets it from McGinty. McGinty organizing to this right-hand side now. Gets the ball out to Fanana Schultz. Slips in behind him. Referee says that's fine. New England Free Jack Mitch Wilson winds his way through a couple of players. Peterson comes over. Ball from Smith. In the middle of the field. There's some room to the left if they can keep this moving. The Romanians just piling over the top here. The referee spots a penalty. U.S. players it on the ground. A little bit of desperation there. Good defensive work around the breakdown from the Oaks.
And great line speed from the Oaks as the United States is coming out of that ruck. That was Buriana, the hooker, right there in the red scrum cap, just coming flying out of line, making a big first hit, and then it just transitioned hit after hit for Romania. You can see their confidence getting up on defense in those phases, forcing that turnover in their favor, and now again they get to push this ball up and play on the other end of the field.
Buriana, 21-year-old for this Romanian Oaks team, plays for Castres in France, debuted against Spain this year. One of the up-and-coming players, David Gerard, is certainly taking a look at. It will be a Romanian lineout.
And there's that hit from Buriana, which led to that counter ruck. They just saw the opportunity. They seized it. That's how powerful this Romanian pack can be. They see opportunities like that. They're going to want to put this United States forward pack under pressure, but they can't seem to get these lineouts right so far with Romania.
Drago Sayer, Kaneki moves it a little wider. Valvasa looking for some space. It does not materialize for him. Kaneki ball in hand again. Goes to the final forward there, but a good defensive press from the U.S. forces them to keep the ball in just a little bit tighter there. Back across they come. Buriana featuring in this game the young hooker. Fanana Schultz over that ball trying to dig it away. Did he get it? No. Kaneki is going to go to the boot. Mitch Wilson fielding it. It's going to go into touch. Will it roll out? Mitch Wilson going to play this one. Interesting decision here. Wilson goes to the boot. He's inside the 22, but it does not go to touch. There's some running room here for the Oaks. Oaks Coming downfield, little left-footed chip forward into some space. Dyer having to work across. How's this bounce going to go? The bounce goes to Romania. Great individual work there to keep it alive. Sayre has a hold of it, but knocked on the ground by Tomani. What an individual play almost. It's going to be a scrum here for the Eagles.
Yeah.
What an individual play is right by Valavasa that time, just putting that ball into space, chasing it. I mean, they had the United States under all sorts of pressure there. Mitch Wilson in that opposite corner, he really just was stuck and had really very little options. He did well to get out of it, but how about this chip and chase? Chases it himself, gets the lucky bounce in that case, but sliding onto the ground, and that's what Valavasa can do. I was talking to some of the Romanian players this week about guys that have been exciting to watch in camp and people that have had a big impact in their league over in Romania, and he was one of the names that came up repeatedly, that he's so versatile and brings so much to their attack. One of the things they pointed to was how he set up that try in the Rugby World Cup against Ireland, and he is just an all-around player that really just brings so much to Romania's offense.
Just under 16 minutes. We're at our first scrum of the game. It's going to be to the U.S. Eagles. Modern rugby changes things just a little bit. Not as many scrummagings, but the importance of them just as much. AP Smith puts this one in. Tuavo at the back. Ball goes out there to McGinty. They're looking to run immediately, but that ball spills. Who's going to come up with it? U.S. has it. Did it go forward? Assistant referee is not settling, but a break through the middle of the field here. A little bit of disorganized play, and that one gets pushed forward. Unfortunate there for Sam Gala. Just a tough pass coming back from a player that might have been isolated.
Yeah, I love the confidence out of the Eagles. You know, they're playing inside their 22. They see opportunities to be able to break it out here. But Aussie comes back with A.J. McGinty. But this Romanian backline come up, big stick here on Mitch Wilson. This is the first knock, and then again, Nate Osberger cleans it up. But we'll come back and play the knock here for Romania. Big stick.
Augsburger there, just kind of launching that one back. I think he was worried he was going to get isolated, Mike.
But that's how exciting of a player Nate Augsburger is on the outside. He played a little bit of scrum half. We may have seen him in that number 9 jersey for the Eagles a lot, but in open space, I mean, he's a sevens player at heart, right? And he just makes people miss, and you can see his footwork there. He loses that collision, gets flung backwards a little bit, but is straight to his feet, and then makes 3 or 4 Romanians miss before getting into open play and actually just flicking that ball out. It was unlucky that they knocked it on, but that's the sort of X factor that Nate Augsburger brings. He was the 2023 MLR Back of the Year. I mean, he is just an outstanding player and is just such a dynamite part of this backline for the United States.
Chicago Hounds player. So playing locally, he's from Minnesota. Yeah, he was in the Olympics as a sevens player, so he does have that sevens knowledge and that ability to say, 70 meters, I got that. I can go.
Yeah, especially when there's some young backline players out there like Christian Dyer, a young Noah Brown on the bench. Having the experience and a veteran like Osberger out there to kind of show him the way is invaluable.
This scrum coming to the Romanian Oaks. You can hear a little battle in the stands there. Now it's USA. It was Romanian fans. Good Romanian population here. Big drive. They have a penalty advantage. Do the Oaks. Ball's the back. Free play for them. Referee's going to come back to a penalty. We are all tied up here. 17 and a half minutes gone. They can take the lead or look to the corner.
We mentioned how Romania was struggling a little bit with their lineouts, but they are absolutely not struggling in their scrums. That was just pure power from this Romanian pack. The back line was split a little bit, but there was never any intention that this ball was going to come out. That forward pack knew we're just going to keep marching forward, and they earned themselves a penalty. But here this time, we may see Romania actually go for points because they know they're in a close game. So we'll see what they decide to do here, but they look like they're bringing out the tee, and they're going to have a shot for 3 to take the first lead of the game.
Kaneki, the 22-year-old, getting his 15th cap for this team, plays for Steaua Bucuresti, means the Star of Bucharest. They debuted versus Poland last year. Has done some good goal kicking for this team. Trying to take the lead here in this Pershing Cup are the Oaks of Romania. Kaneki lines it up. Assistant referees are happy. 3 points, 10-7. Romania take the lead. 18 and a half minutes gone.
So the United States pass up an opportunity to go for points earlier on the other side of the field before J.P. Smith was held up. And that time, Romania, knowing that they're in a battle here, they take the points on offer and they take the first lead of the game 18 minutes in. So a big statement from Romania. They know that they're going to be in a battle all game long. They know how important every point is, and so they take them when they can get them.
Massive hit from Augsburger there on this Romanian offense. Romania deep in their 22. Got some forwards just to reset the ball. Kaneki just kicked a penalty kick, looking like for a box kick here. See if he goes to keep this one in field or for touch. Launches down, ball goes out. Mitch Wilson thinks about going quickly for a minute, but decides the better of it. Assistant referee comes back. It's going to be a line out here for the Eagles just inside their own half. Wheels, let's talk about the debutantes. We're back. It's a water break here, so it's been an interesting first 20 minutes in this game. Because of the heat, the match doctor decided to take a water break, one in each half. But this has certainly been an interesting game so far, pretty even in many ways.
Yeah, a story of two 10 minutes, right? The first 10 minutes, all United States Eagles down in their half, taking some shots, taking some chances, passing up opportunities at points, showing a lot of confidence. Unfortunately, they only have 7 points for it. On the other side, you see Romania. It took them a while to get settled in, but once they have, as Mike mentioned, they know they're in for a long battle, taking an opportunity to take points, and here they are with the lead.
The biggest question I have right now is, can Romania sustain this for the next 60 minutes of the game? There's some big units out there for this Romanian team. They've traveled halfway around the world to get here. But what I will say is they spent a lot of time conditioning and training, preparing for this in France together on the beaches. I was talking to one of their players, Robbie Remescu, who's on the bench for them, and he talked about how their coach, David Gerard, emphasized the importance of fitness and conditioning as they went into this summer series. And they were out in the ocean. They were doing judo. They were running on the beach. They were really leaving no stone unturned because they knew they were in for a battle. And having lost to them in their World Cup warm-up, when I say that in the United States earlier in 2023, make no mistakes about it, Romania intends to put their best foot forward here tonight.
I had a great conversation with David Gerard, their coach, yesterday, and he was talking about how long it's been for some of these guys. They played a last summer series. They started playing the Rugby World Cup last fall, Rugby Europe this spring, plus all of their club games, professional games that teams play. So they're at the end of a long season here, so that fatigue factor is important, and that fitness may come in later. USA, just outside their 40, takes down this lineout. Dylan Fawcett has it in the back. Dylan Fawcett, Life College graduate, debuted versus Chile. Ball taken down by Romania. It's going to be a penalty here for the USA.
Yeah, another opportunity for the Eagles. They'll kick to the corner. We'll see another Dylan Fawcett opportunity here. He finds the try line off in here in the MLR, and 2 early cracks. We'll see if we'll get a third.
McGinty, with that experienced boot, finds some good room. They are about 15 meters out from the Romanian line, attacking off the lineout.
Another great opportunity here for the United States, who have been camped out here a few times off lineouts. They scored one off a couple of phases earlier on with Fontanana Schultz off that quick pick. They hit up a couple forwards. Dylan Fawcett was one that came around the corner really hard, and that kind of momentum allowed Fontanana Schultz to get more go forward. But here they go. They're going away from the maul this time.
Yeah, the little wraparound play around the back to Vitalo Petty. Comes flying in on a good line there. Romanian players coming over, but it spills forward in there. It's going to be a scrum here for Romania.
I think the big statement here is the United States, after not having had much success in the maul so far, they decide instead to wrap around and smash one of their centers up into the midfield, but not finding much success there either. They're finding lots of white jerseys stepping up on defense in front of them. This one's Lopetti, good, hard, aggressive runner, but runs right into the heart of that Oaks defense and coughs that ball up forward.
Scrum will be to Romania. They've pulled penalties from their scrum so far. Traditionally strong in this area are the Oaks. So they're at their own 5-meter line. May try to draw one.
Absolutely. If you're in this situation, you're in the middle of the field. It's not a great kicking situation for your clearance kickers. You're not far from that center post there. If you're the Romanian forward pack and you had dominance earlier on, you'd want to go after this one and try to earn yourself a penalty so that when you put it out, you keep the ball.
Konecki just about gets the ball in, but referee Angus Maybe is going to pull this one up. Safety first. Wants to make sure these props would never do anything like that. Don't do anything dirty in there.
This is a game that you and I know nothing about, Dave. This is like, we get to watch this on TV. You got to watch it from the nosebleed section on the outside channels. I had front row seats, and I'm still learning every single day about what goes on in there.
Push the pile, push the pile.
Going to settle it again. Konecki. 29 points before this game, so conversion of penalty. 4 points for Romania. Ball off the back. Going to put it to the big try-scoring wing there. Turned over by the USA in the tackle. Good work, Eagles. Eagles now have an advantage in front of the post. It should be a free play. Taken away, and we're going to come back there. Good work taking it down that big winger, Manumua, turning the ball over.
Yeah, it all starts with the turnover there. You know, comes off that scrum. Romania's had a great start with the scrum. We've been able to hold down there and get it back.
That was great work by that United States forward pack, is right. I mean, we talked about Romania. I was giving them all the credit for some of the dominance that they've had. But that one there was all USA Eagles. That disruption, the timing was off. Everything is created and caused by that forward pack. And then here's the turnover. Not a great first contact by the United States, but trying to do a little too much was Manumua for Romania on the outside, and they turn it over. And the United States goes to the corner again, and again, 5 meters out. We'll see if they go to this maul.
Project Moonshot. They don't want the kicks. They want the points. Down to play. So the players with a little freedom there. Dylan Fawcett at the back. As you would expect, Dylan Fawcett. A little go forward now from the Eagles. Players can hold and wrap around. Smith is going to take this one. Ball gets knocked back. Mitch Wilson has to ride back onto a penalty. He's going to come back. Referee's going to come back. Excuse me. It's going to be a scrum here. Ball was knocked forward.
Yeah, and I think this is all about opportunities now. This is their 4th time inside the 22, and I think, you know, if you're Scott Lawrence, you got to come away with points. You're not going to want to waste another opportunity down here late in the first half.
They have definitely had all the territory, all the possession, lots of lineouts specifically, and they have not really been able to get much going out of this maul. We talked about their forward pack doing a great job on that scrum to set them up for this lineout, but the maul, again, just going nowhere. So a great defensive shift so far from Romania in that aspect of play.
Romanian player getting it 10-2. Let's take a look at some of the big hits in this game.
Romania's defense has really answered the bell throughout the game so far, winning some big collisions. That one there by Maunana on the outside. And then here's another one by Nate Augsburger for the United States. So some big collisions there. This one by Romania earns them a turnover from the counterattack. And this is exactly what these teams wanted to put out there tonight, was a defensive display. We knew it was going to be physical. We knew it was going to be fun. And they have not disappointed so far.
Yeah, they said the fireworks were coming after the game. We're seeing them now here in the first half.
USA with the scrum. J.P. Smith to put it in. At the back is Thomas Tuava'o from the Utah Warriors from Stockton, California.
Off camera, the United States backline is very flat off of J.P. Smith off this scrum, so they're going to go straight at this Romanian defense.
The other way, Augsburger has it. Augsburger has to take on a much larger opposite number, but he's no problem going to recycle that ball. They get it to Gala. Gala recycles. They go by to one of the forwards. Quick ball again from Smith. Ball gets stuck, gets turned. Penalty, however, against Romania. Another penalty right in front of the post this time. We'll see what the decision is.
Yeah, and I like the setup here. Mike mentions the flat back line. They come to the blind side. They come to the weak side with Wilson and Augsburger. And that's what really set it all up there.
And those are generally two electric dynamite players. You talked about Augsburger having a bit of X factor, but the footwork that Mitch Wilson has, I mean, he must have been a dancer in his past life because he has some serious feet. I mean, look, he's no David Fee. Let's be honest, right? He's still no David Fee, but nonetheless, the United States here now, after several attempts, and like you said, opportunities just gone awry off these lineouts, they decide, hey, you know what? Enough's enough. Let's take the 3 on offer, and A.J. McGinty sets up that kick clock.
McGinty is going to take the 3 that are on offer. A lot of attempts for 5 down here from this Eagles side, but they're going to have to take the 3. Good to get the points while you're at it. Plenty more game time to come. Just about 26 minutes gone in this Pershing Cup. McGinty played for Sale and Connacht, as well as his current Bristol Bears. That one is through, so we're all tied up at 10 again. 26 minutes gone.
Yeah, and I think those 3 points are important, right? I mean, this is going to be a battle. This is going to be an 80-minute game, and while you want to, score tries, you want to take the points when you can get them. They've had opportunities, so the fact that they can now come away evened up, I think, is important.
I think, like you said, it all comes down to opportunity. They've been out down there for so long inside that Romania 22. Just from a confidence perspective, get some wind in your sails. Just get some points on the board, level that score at 10, and reset.
High one up there from the Romanians. Tuavao takes it in. Inside their 22. They get it to Van Eerten. J.P. Smith. Going to have to dig this one. The Romanians coming in. Big piles coming. McGinty ducks one tackle. Able to recycle the ball. Smith looking for runners. Has Wilson. They go to Vita Lopetti. He shows a pass, but hangs on to it. Powering his way forward. Lopetti gets it to the ground. Romania just dog it around these breakdowns. They get it up again. I believe it's Lopetti one more time. They're going to have to hang on with scrambling around the breakdowns a bit till they can reset. Ball up to Jake Turnbull. Turnbull plays for Anthem. MLR rugby team in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Again by Buriana, the 2. That was a big shot.
Going to go to the boot this time is J.P. Smith, the Seattle Seawolf. Inside their 40, a little room to run here. Romania coming around, can they make it through? Gala! Cal Brad takes that one down. Great work from the Dallas Jackals player. Ball into the middle of the field. Romania getting driven back by this Eagles defense. Konecki. They're going to keep ball in hand. They put it wide there. That's Immelman, the South African-born number 8. Ball spills forward. Into touch. Should be U.S. ball, unless it was a knock-on first. Referee maybe an assistant referee. Confer.
Seeing a lot of physicality, a lot of aggression here at the breakdown. Yeah, here you see Mitch Wilson just getting sawed in half by Buriana, the hooker from Romania, against seeing a lot of big hits, a lot of aggression at these breakdowns.
Buriana's putting in quite a shift. He put a big hit earlier on that led to a turnover for Romania. You see him there struggling a little bit. He got up off that big hit from Mitch Wilson, turned around, made another one right after that. I mean, he is putting in an absolute shift in that front row for Romania.
Certainly is. Not many. This should be just his second cap, Buriana, the 21-year-old. As I said, against Spain in a tough game. They're not going to want him to go off the field, but let's take one more look.
Yeah, here it is again. Clean shot, just Wilson looking to make the offload, turns and Buriana just cuts him in half.
You and I both know how exciting that is. You're earning that second cap. You're 21 years old, and you must feel like you're on cloud 9 on top of the world. So he's there getting a little bit of treatment, but, I mean, you would need, like, a helicopter to get me off this field, and I'm sure you would say the same at this rate. You see him, he's still out there. It's going to take a lot more than that, I'm sure, to knock him down and take him out of play.
Altegala, they're going to run off the back again. Boni, Tommaso Boni takes it into contact. Eagles, can they get quick ball? Yes, they do. Smith goes to the captain, gets it to McGinty. McGinty shows. McGinty keeps it in, gains some ground. Smith has some runners, takes it himself, puts the ball up into the hands of a Romanian player. Needless turnover there for the U.S. They have some players lined up here, slowed down just a bit. In front of their own post, here comes Romania. The Oaks. Kick and go. Trying to create a little more room. Referee making sure everybody's on sides there. Now they get it back with a little more clearing room. Opoaya. Full back. Dogan originally. Ball to Augsburger. Augsburger. Steps one, steps another. Looked like that might be a little high, but a referee says play on. Ball now to the captain. Little pop pass to his second row partner there. Up again, off they go. Turnbull has to dive on that one. We have an advantage to the U.S. Ball out to McGinty. He's going to go wide in this one to Dyer. Dyer is a player right on him. We're going to come back for the penalty. The captain, Marius Simeonescu, making that tackle on Dyer.
Romania being their own worst enemy a little bit. We've seen lots of penalties against the Oaks in this part of the field. This one here, another one well within kicking range for McGinty. We saw him take a penalty earlier on, and it looks like here they'll have another shot at goal to give them the lead, and I think that's the right call here. We've seen them go to the corner quite a bit, but as we mentioned, they haven't had much success in the lineouts. I think one of the things, if you're Scott Lawrence, you've only had a week together, but you're going into the locker room now in a couple minutes. You got to talk about lineouts because you're being a little bit too predictable. You're going maul straight away. It hasn't worked, and your next option is just crashing up into the midfield, and the Oaks have just met that defensively. So you got to be a little bit more creative in that aspect of play to open up some more opportunities for yourself.
Referee has signaled he wants a TMO to take a look at something.
A potential proc roll from Blue 8.
TMO can come in and make a call.
It's Cam Russell.
Go back and see what he wants to look at here.
So looking at the actions of Blue 8.
Yeah, I think they're going to look at Fadanana Schultz here coming in potentially with an illegal gator roll.
Tuavau.
Glance the lower limb.
So that's Thomas Tuavau, not Schultz. Kind of comes in, and again they're going to be on this early, coming around the neck and make sure that player safety is at the forefront here.
And I do see contact with the lower limb.
That's
I'm a yellow card.
Checking is what sort of contact there is around that head and neck area, because that's where, like you said, safety is paramount, most important. So a couple of good looks here. Great job by our camera crew to really give us a few opportunities to look at. It looks like Tuavau gets underneath his shoulder. So from this end, I mean, he pulls up. So it doesn't look great, but he does look like he's across the back and under the shoulder. It doesn't look like he really gets into his head, around his neck. But let's listen.
It's not a high degree of danger, but it does meet yellow card threshold as he does touch the lower limb. Do you agree with those facts? Thank you.
Referee is going to show a yellow card to Tuavau, so the USA is going to be without their number 8 for the remainder of this half, and a few seconds of the second for that roll illegally right there.
Yeah, and here we are again talking about another opportunity inside the 22 that unfortunately the Eagles are going to not come away with points.
And here it is again. Here's what this yellow card is for. Here's Tuavau. He's going to reach across, and he's going to pull up. Doesn't look like he gets around the neck or the shoulder, but our TMO, Cam Russell, had several different looks at it. And safe to say that that play was not safe, so he's not happy with it. So our referee crew decides to go with a yellow card in that situation against Tuavau.
Simeonescu, the captain, is going to put this one out. 37 caps to his name. Rugby Timișoara. Nice town in the western part of Romania, the educational capital of the country. 7 or 8 universities there. Lineout is going to be to Romania with 1 extra player. The U.S. has 10 minutes to have to hold up without Tuavau.
Great to hear a little of the American crowd getting behind him.
Quick ball, but not straight. So a mistake there right off their first opportunity with a shorthanded U.S.
Dave's been talking a lot about opportunities for the United States, but Romania also not capitalizing on opportunities. They've really not brought those lineouts to hand. They've missed their targets. They've overthrown a few times. So if they really want to get their engines going in this part of the field, they've got to get this part of their game right. As you see here, both teams going up. Not even a great compete from the United States. There was plenty of opportunity to just throw that ball straight down the line. But as you mentioned, Uriana is only getting his 2nd cap. He's 21 years old. He's going to make those kinds of mistakes, but you can tell a clear intent from Romania to develop a player like that. Give him these opportunities. It's okay to make those kinds of mistakes. We rebound from them. He's playing great in open play. The rest of that aspect of his play, I'm sure, will start to build.
Scrum here, shorthanded for the U.S. You're going to see Romania take a drive at this.
United States playing very flat off camera with their back line again. Vite Lopetti standing even with Aj McGinty off to the right-hand side of this scrum. So you imagine they're going to come off, maybe hit into the midfield again as they've done a few times, but use Lopetti a bit like a battering ram, because as you mentioned, possession here being important, controlling the game, being 1 player down in their engine room.
The U.S. will be perfectly happy with every second that comes off the clock here, resetting these scrums.
You can see Boney there lining up on that far side to give them some extra weight, because they just know how powerful this Romanian pack can be. They don't want to be going backwards, giving away a penalty here. So they lose that player in the back line. Lopetti's flat, like we said, but Boney is there on that blind side flanker next to J.P. Smith to try to add some weight into the scrum.
free kick to the U.S. So going from bad to worse, capitalizing on that extra player. The Romanians now maybe push downfield. It'll be their line out if McGinty goes straight into touch. But U.S. ball.
The Eagles that time, I think, getting a little bit out easy, having to not scrum down without one of their forwards. And that ball staying in play off the free kick. They just go up for the challenge.
And number 11s go up. Augsburger does not come down with. Manu Mua does. Here come the Oaks. And penalty against the Oaks right there. Good work around the breakdown. The U.S. really intent on burning off this clock and playing positive rugby at the same time.
Yeah, I think that was Renger van Erten, our debutant there in the number 4 jersey for the Eagles. I believe he was there first and able to get underneath the Romanians and get a poach for the Eagles.
Good shot of some of the crowd there. Player just a little slow to get up there for Romania. Andre Mahu.
How about this turn of events for the United States? They're 60 meters upfield. Good goal. They kind of caught that tackle, and then Paul Mullen does a great job of being strong over top of the ball. So that was Van Erten's the one that makes the first initial collision. Does go backwards a little bit, but luckily straight into Paul Mullen. And just a couple minutes, like within the minute, like 60 seconds ago, they were right around midfield on their own 10 with a scrum. They get a free kick. They earn a penalty, and now they're 5 meters out with a line out.
And a line out comes. It is the U.S. Takes that one down safely. Just stopped once. They're going to have to play this ball shortly. J.P. Smith has it. Short-handed U.S. 5 points would be a big bonus for them as the ball comes up into the hands of the big number 7. Fontana Schultz already scored. Now it's gone just a little wider. Smith looking in both directions. Go to a set of forwards here. Ball slowed down just a little. You saw the line speed coming from the Romanians there. Really trying to attack this fringe rugby from the U.S. Shut down those pods. Smith going to come to McGinty. McGinty has runners. McGinty follows the ball but takes it on his own. McGinty spins. McGinty's in. Is McGinty over? A referee says that one's held up as well. The referee maybe sees good defensive work from this Romanian team. McGinty nearly in, but it'll be the goal line drop for the Oaks.
Yeah, I hate to say it again, Mike, but another opportunity for the Eagles inside their 22. I think A.J. McGinty actually, benefited from a little bit of a bobble. He was able to regather it. Unfortunate not to dot down.
That's 2 tries so far, right, with the United States. That one being held up, and a big kick coming here from Romania. But again, that time just continuing to tick away on that yellow card for the United States, who are continued to play a man down, but they've been on the offensive now, which is a good sign for them.
They get the ball back, Mitch Wilson, but there it spills forward. Knocked on by the Eagles in a tackle. Going to be an Oaks scrum just outside their own 40-meter line.
And guess who makes that play for Romania? It's their number 2 with the red scrum cap. Buriana comes flying out of line again. That's the 3rd time he's come with some serious line speed and disrupted that American attack. So Buriana, wearing number 2, making his 2nd cap for Romania, has put in quite a shift on defense so far, has the young 21-year-old.
And as many opportunities as the Eagles have had deep inside their own territory, I've got to give the Romanian defense credit. They've been able to withstand some shots, withhold that United States maul at the line out, 5 meters out, and keep the United States at bay.
Buriana, 5'10", 206 pounds. A gigantic front row, but certainly showing it right there. See the Eagles on defense now, still shorthanded. 37 minutes gone.
They've got no base there, no 8, so Boney steps into the midfield. They're going to go 1 forward short here. We'll see if Romania really goes for the push.
And they get the penalty advantage off of that, so this is a free play for them. Looking to break through the middle, and they do. That's Graude, one of his few touches of the ball. Little off to that right-hand side, now they're wide. Opoaya gets it out to the try scorer. He gets hauled in a touch. USA stems another attack from the Oaks. We'll have a line out.
I think you're going to come back here to a penalty. Mike, you called it right from the base there. The United States playing without a player in that scrum. Romania able to take advantage, pushing through and be able to draw the penalty.
Referee maybe bringing this back to the scrum penalty originally for Romania. Will indeed be a penalty here to the Oaks from the scrum. Take a look at the ensuing play.
Yeah, this is the advantage they were able to get off of the scrum, but they're going to come back to the original penalty again, playing with a man short. You know, we saw earlier Tommaso Boni coming in and playing in the pack. This time we're moved out into the back line, and again, Romania is just too strong there.
Romania opting to go for points here. So this is a long distance shot here for their 9, Koneke. Here's that scrum. There's no base there, no number 8 for the United States. The referee's arm come out right away. You knew Romania was going to attack that aspect of play. But Romania here has struggled on lineouts, like we've said. They want to take a lead going into halftime as the clock continues to tick away. But this is a big kick here for Koneke.
Koneke looking to take that lead into half. Just about a minute left in this first half. Koneke hangs it up, and it is no good according to the assistant referees. So it'll be a 22 drop here for the Eagles. Eagles with under a minute left in the half, all deadlocked, just a few seconds.
Plenty of distance on that kick, just not quite the accuracy. He had an additional 10 meters almost, it looked like, maybe 8 to 10 meters from around midfield. I mean, that was a huge kick from Koneke, but just couldn't get it between the uprights.
Long kick inside their 40. Push this one down. USA, opportunity to play through McGinty. McGinty puts a little one over the top. It bounces in the middle of the field. Jumped on by the captain, Simeonescu. Final potential attack here, 15 seconds to go in the half. Koneke. Vasa. Wrap around the back. Dylan Fawcett looking forward. They're able to get it wide. Tomani gets it out to the number 8 there, Immelman. They get the ball to the big winger. He scored one already. He goes for the big chip. Ball is on the ground. Who's it going to come down to? USA has it. USA trying to dig that one out. Romania at the breakdown forces a penalty on the Eagles. Not releasing. So opportunity here with time gone in the first half for Romania.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was a no wrap here. I saw a big hit come in from Tavita Manuma out on that wing. Makes a great break, a little chip over the top, and I believe, he may have come in with the shoulder. Let's take a second look at it.
Here it is. Manuma just making things happen, chipping over the top. You can see the footwork there, just palming the ball in one hand. But then watch this on Boni as he comes down. Ooh, that Boni just bounces off the turf, it looks like, off that hit. That was a big collision there.
Yeah, we talked about the physicality. We've talked about some of the collisions, and there's another one.
Player slow to get up on the field right now. So while you're at over 40 minutes and a half, U.S. player being attended to.
Dave, how would you have liked to tackle Manuma on the outside as you see him get a full head of steam here on the outside channels? What do you think? You back yourself against them or what?
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to be on the receiving end of these too often, and it's why I'm up here in the booth with you, Mike.
Manuma clocking in at 6'1", 256.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think Boni, he's gonna get sandwiched there in between, Manumau and Tomani. And I think, he's gonna take a third hit off the surface, which is unfortunate.
It looks like Tomani's the one that actually gets him possibly high. So Boni is down. Manuma didn't really, I think, do anything illegal in that situation, but Tomani comes flying through. So, here it is. Boni comes down, he's on the ground, and there it is, right across. Yep, shoulder. That is shoulder contact to the head. There is a mitigating factor there in terms of Boni is falling towards the deck. But Tomani's the one that really does the damage that time, and Boni is luckily up on his feet.
Referee and Timo not going to make that call. So it's going to be a kick to the corner and a penalty, a line out here for the Romanian Oaks. Possibly final play of the half.
Here's where an opportunity is huge for Romania, not only to walk in with the lead at halftime, but they still have, well, it looks like the United States is back to full strength, actually. There's no more yellow card on the screen. So we'll take a look at their forward pack there, as you see Tuivasa back in for the United States. So no more of an advantage. Both forward packs are at full strength right now.
Ball in there for Romania. Last chance of the half. Gigantic bodies just working their way toward the line. Ball's on the ground. A referee whistles it up. Knocked on by Romania over the 40-minute mark. That ball is turned over for a scrum here for the USA Eagles.
gave Romania a lot of credit for stopping the United States in this aspect of play, but how about the United States answering the bell here and stopping Romania? That's Buriana at the back, buried underneath that pile, and Romania getting nothing out of that line-out maul.
We're going halftime, tied 10-10, the Pershing Cup. What a first half of a rugby we have had. We'll be back with the second half in just a little bit. Stay with us here at SeatGeek Stadium. This Pershing Cup is heating up. They're all tied at 10. So won't you please stay with us?
Fans, be sure to check out the merchandise stand right above section 123. All the latest USA Rugby gear you could possibly want. Fans, for your halftime entertainment, we are proud to present the Rugby Skills Challenge. Here's how it works. We've selected 2 teams of 2 who are ready to put their rugby skills to the test. The first member of each team will begin with the ball, and then we'll test their footwork as they race through the set of cones. They'll then to their team.
What camera number is he? Oh, wait, no, I got the picture.
I might plug my phone into there, so I'll go.
Okay.
Check back in with Alyssa. See what she got up to this halftime. What's up, Alyssa?
What's up, Andrew? What a jam-packed first half here for the 2024 American Series. And don't miss out. Be sure to get your merch today, which you can find in section 123. Go home with a part of history. Get one of these amazing shirts, and then take a photo, take a selfie, and be sure to tag us today using the hashtag USA Rugby as well as Eagles United. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I have some really excited fans in the background, so the camera's going to do their best to find some fans with the best dances. So I say it ain't the fans party. Let's hear it, Andrew. Let's hear it. Shake it. Let's hear it.
Oops, sorry. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay.
Welcome back to SeatGeek Stadium. We'll take a look at the first half. It's tied 10-10, USA and Romania.
Yeah, a lot of physicality, a lot of intensity here in this first half. Not much scoring. Here we see the USA coming out of a line out for their first score. That's Fanata Schultz and Tuivau getting involved early and getting over the line.
But Romania answers back. That was a 7-0 lead for the United States, and Romania answers with some fancy handling on the outside and then some missed tackles. And there's that runaway freight train on the outside. Manu Mua, just making it look easy, dotting down to level the score at 7 for Romania.
Manu Mua making his presence felt in this game.
Here's the first of two would have been tries for the United States. That one held up against J.P. Smith. The other one was against A.J. McGinty.
We are away in the second half of the Pershing Cup. It is all tied up. First kickoff there from Romania. Ball has gone back and forth. It's in Romanian hands. Referee says there were no knock-ons. Tied at 10. Territory has been to the U.S., but we're even in score here. A couple of opportunities missed for both teams. Dylan Fawcett tries to dive down on that one. Does the U.S. come up with it? Squirts out the back. Knock-on advantage USA early in the second half. Knocks one on. Papaaya takes that one in. Moldovan name of the family of priests, if you need to know. Ball comes out to the big number 8, Immelman. Immelman puts a little tip pass almost in. Decides to take it in. Kanake. Vauvasa waiting for that one. Ball in the middle of the field to Tomani. Tomani takes the ground. Nana Schultz makes a tackle. Come back around the outside. Vauvasa. This one's a little chip over. Is there space? Was he instructed? Referee says indeed he was. We're going to come. No penalty, excuse me. We're going to come back to the scrum. Just has to move it there. Going up to where the ball landed. I thought it was going to be a penalty, but it'll be a scrum middle of the field for Romania.
That was a long knock-on advantage that time that Romania was playing with, but they were going side to side quite a bit. Dylan Fawcett probably asking there, did we finally play out of that advantage? They kept possession for a while, but not having it. So a scrum to Romania. If you're both these teams at halftime, Dave, I think if you're the coaching staff, one of the aspects of play that they both have to look at was offensive lineouts. Neither one of them really getting much momentum out of that aspect of play. But I think if you're in that locker room with them, that's definitely one of the messages that's coming out. We've got to get that aspect of the game right.
Yeah, absolutely. The set piece is going to be key here in the second half. And here we get a quick look at the start of the scrum.
And a free kick immediately. Kanake is going to take it. There was an infraction there by the U.S. at the scrum. They get it out to Graure. Graure, one of the youngsters, a 21-year-old, 6'1", 255. Big boy also playing Timo Schwada, but not rolling away against the U.S. Early penalty here for Romania. Opportunity to take the lead if they'd like.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes into the second half, and it's just been a lot of start and stop. A couple balls on the deck, 2 knock-ons, 2 penalties, and not much flow in this game, a lot like the first half.
Penalties here are what's killing the United States right now. 2 minutes into the game, this has just been Romania living off of penalties against the Eagles, and this one here might cost them 3 points. We know that he has the leg for it. Konike showed earlier on that he's got plenty of distance on his kick. This one close to that 10-meter line, but the accuracy let him down last time. We'll see what he does here on this one, and this could give them the lead early in this second half.
Pershing Cup on the line. I am John Broker with Mike Petrie and Dave Fee bringing you this action. Kanake to line this one up. Said missed his last, but has been true a couple of times today. Kanake has the distance, has the accuracy. Assistant referees are happy. 3 points, a lead change. Romania 13, USA 10, 3 minutes gone, USA to kick off.
And if you're the Eagles, that is definitely not the way you want to start this half. Giving up several penalties right out of the gates and then giving up 3 points, giving up that lead. Look, you got to get your engines right off the kickoff here. AJ's got to get them back down the other end of the field, and they've got to level this thing up.
Ball taken down by Mahu. Kanake looked to go to the kick, but it's coming back the other way to Vauvasa. Vauvasa hangs that one up, taken by the Eagles. To a Vau. Spent 10 minutes in the bin. Going to want to make up for that into the contact. Gets a couple of yards. Romanian defense a little passive on that one. Ball up. To a Vau. Again, J.P. Smith. McGinty's going to go to the boot. Looking at the territory, rolling it towards the corner. He was inside the 50, so it wouldn't have been a 50-22. But indecision there from the Romanian ball carrier. Is this ball turned over? USA going for it right here, but we have a knock-on from Romania. Going to be a scrum here for the Eagles.
Yeah, A.J. McGinty is able to put the ball down deep into the corner, and as you mentioned, a little indecision and some great defensive work. I believe it was Christian Dyer out there putting into the tackle and able to put in. So here it is, Christian Dyer is coming down, staying square, right? Doesn't bite on the fake. He's able to make the tackle, and a lot of other Eagles come roaring in and able to get the turnover.
Romania's had some scrum dominance, so the USA is probably going to want this ball in and out quickly. You can hear the fans' super excitement going around SeatGeek Stadium here in Bridgeview, Illinois, Independence Day weekend. Glad you're spending with us here on FloRugby, watching the Pershing Cup scrum to come.
The United States very flat again in their back line, with Christian Dyer sitting right in the pocket and Nate Osberger sitting wide out to the left-hand side. But Dyer's flat behind that scrum, so look for them to get him involved. You can see McGinty there talking with J.P. Smith and then having a little bit of a side conversation there as well with Dyer. So maybe bringing Dyer around into the midfield with Boney coming crashing up off him, and then look for A.J. to be in that backdoor channel. So if they play out the back, A.J. has plenty of options on the outside with Mitchell still on it, with Mitch Wilson still on his feet, and Tavite Lopetti also on the outside. So we'll see what the Eagles have up their sleeve here.
Plenty of options, as Mike said, for the USA. Have to win the scrum first. J.P. Smith, ball's back there quickly, squirts, gets it into the hands of Dyer. Dyer gonna take that one in. Bonnie. Knock on in the contact there. Turned over by Romania. Romania with a scrum advantage can go deep here. Hang that ball up into touch. Wasn't enough advantage for the referee.
So you can see the United States showed that setup. They do exactly what they want to do, but the ball squirted out of the scrum, unfortunately. And then Christian Dyer has no choice but to just eat that one and take it into contact. And so turns it over as he runs into a few Romanian defenders. But read that one like a book. You could see based on the setup and the formation exactly what was coming. They just weren't able to control the scrum. But the United States able to hang on to this off this line out.
That one squirts off the back. Budiana tries to get in and steal it, but doesn't have it. Found on a Schultz. Gets a short pass there off of McGinty. McGinty gets the ball back. He's got some runners. He has to show again. They're coming up quickly on the outside is that defense. Smith gets it to the captain. Little pass there. Was that player offside? Good gamesmanship. Draw a penalty. It's an offsides advantage against Romania. U.S. opportunity for 3 or possibly to put this one in the corner. We'll see what they choose.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what A.J. and the Eagles decide to do. It looks like they're going to kick to the corner.
McGinty puts it to the corner. Assistant referee marks it off. It's just about 7 meters out from the line.
The United States here earning this penalty. We talked about line speed for Romania, but clearly those white jerseys at least 1 or 2 steps in front of that defensive line. So our touch judge picks up on that, makes that call. You see the arm come out there from our referee, Angus Mabey. And so the United States now, led by Dylan Fawcett here, about 8 to 10 meters out from the line. They get another shot here at this line out. We'll see if they can make something happen.
Dylan Fawcett has the ball in hand. They're charging forward. Player breaks to the backs. They have another advantage against Romania. They're at the line. Referee maybe right on the spot. Get a little wild at Bonnie. Bonnie gets it to McGinty. McGinty wraps around. McGinty scores the try. 5 points, USA. Another lead change. A.J. McGinty on a little wraparound pass. USA fans are at their best.
Yeah, and it all starts up front with the forward pack. You know, coming off of this line out, they had a few opportunities in the first half, not able to get a ton out of it. Here they're able to make the most of it. It's going to be our try scorer. It's going to be Dylan Fawcett, you know, a name we often hear at the back of the scrum. Here you see the Butcher at the base. J.P. Smith's going to dig that ball out and finds A.J. McGinty, who's just going to have some clean green in front of him and able to take it in.
And that's what a strong line out can do for a back line. It opens up opportunity. It's a word you've used quite a bit the Eagles had struggled in that aspect of play, and so from a backline perspective, they were just smashing centers up into the midfield. But when your line-out maul is going forward, it creates opportunities and creates space on the outside for your backline.
McGinty is solid with that one. 17-13. Thomas Wheels Grant. Let's get some insight.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny. And I wanted to touch on one thing that Nick Easter, the forward coach of the USA Eagles, will be happy with is their set-piece accuracy in the first half and into their second half. And I wanted to plug the debutants today. Ringa van Erten has been an absolute machine at line-out time. And JP Smith, he's been such a stalwart for the Seattle Seawolves over the years. He got his opportunity today, and he is controlling the game perfectly for this Eagles side. But it's edge of your seat stuff here at SeatGeek Stadium. We are in for a box office the rest of the second half.
Some changes come in for Romania. They kick that one off into Dyer's hands. That kick was good from McGinty. So U.S. has ball in hand and a bit of a lead. And a great wraparound play, well designed for a tight defense. Smith puts this one to the air, hangs high in the Chicago evening. Little blocker running coming down there. They can't quite make the tackle of Gala, but his back row partner does, and the USA turns it over through Dyer. The USA, ball in hand at their own 40-meter line. Ball to Turnbull, little pass out back to Bonnie. Rushing defender coming on, but again a wraparound to McGinty. This must be something they're seeing, but the options closed down, so he puts it to the boot, but he's going to find some green grass. Going to roll back into the try zone. Romania, but will not have the distance. Romania going to kick it from their own line and not going to get too much distance. This line out is in a very similar place.
A little surprised at that decision that time by Romania not to put that one down and take the 22-meter dropout. But here's that turnover. Good pressure by this Eagles defense. The Romanian side tries to keep that ball alive and offload back inside, but good pursuit from the Eagles to cover those inside channels and intercept that play before A.J. McGinty pumps that one downfield.
Peterson takes that one himself. Ball comes out to Bonnie. Around the back to Vitalo Petri in a great line. Good little chip through there from Mitch Wilson. Gets the ball out to Augsburger. Can the Minnesota native get it? The referee's going to bring it back. We have an offsides on the offense again. Just a little too eager, the Eagles. Penalty to Romania.
Yeah, and we saw that early in the first half. I think it was in the opening moments of the game, a kick through where the player was just in front of the kicker, and I think we may have seen that again. But again, some great foot skills there by Dyer, and really a little bit of momentum for the Eagles.
And here's that replay. You can see as they come around the corner. There's the inside kick, and Mitch Wilson's behind the play that time.
I think it's Lopetti that they actually ping.
Lopetti is well in front.
He's in front. He didn't retreat.
But you can see Nate Augsburger showing his frustration there. That was definitely frustrating. The first one was clear. Right, the first one was absolutely clear. They called back that one earlier on that Mitch Wilson would have scored, but he was clearly in front of the kicker. This time, let's take another look at it. McGinty flings that one to the outside. Watch this kick put in by Dyer. Dyer puts this kick down, and Mitch Wilson is behind him, and he's the recipient of that kick, so that's a tough call against the USA.
That is a bit tough. Yeah, Lopetti was not really material to that play, but he was technically offsides. Rob Iramescu played at most of the same places as Mike Petrie. Xavier, Penn State, and Nyack before he went to his parents' country of birth. The New York native to put this one in a reserve, but a great penalty opportunity here with a line out at their 22. A little mess there, but it comes to Tomani. Tomani's going to make ground. Wrapping around, just slowed down a little bit. Immelman in the distributor role. Moves that one just a little wider. Options either direction for Romania. USA line speed just edging up there. A couple of changes for the USA as well. Viliami Hilu's in there. Ball up to the replacement, Iftimichuk. For Romania, Pauvaso shows and takes that one in. Attack a little narrow here for this Romania team. We'll see what they decide to do with it. Tomani takes that one in. They go out the back to the try scorer. They go wide to the captain. Little chip over the top there. Simeonescu going for it. It's a race. It rolls out the back. Was there anything untoward in there? Referee and assistant referee say no. That one should come all the way back for a scrum to the Eagles.
Yeah, Manu Moa, got the ball there and saw his other wing out wide, was able to get it to him. Unfortunately, you're going to get another look at it. Manu Moa, we called his name a lot in the first half. He's the one who makes that pass happen, fires it out to Papuioa. Unlucky as the ball rolls out the back there.
My mistake, the 22 drop here for the Eagles. Not coming back for rolling out the back. Inside the 50 to the big man. Manu Mua moves it across to Vauvasa. Here comes a fullback, Papa'aya. Papa'aya gets caught. Eagles defense. There's some room on that short side, covered by Smith. Into the middle of the field to one of the replacements there, Cosmin Manole. Kicking for width.
Number 16, Robbie Ernesto is checked into the game.
Just having a little fun with Iramescu. The ball comes back here for Romania.
Iramescu's been my mole in the Romanian side throughout the week. I've been texting with him, talking to him. His energy, his excitement about this. I mean, most of these guys in the blue uniforms across from him are friends, former teammates, guys he's known for many years from playing in the MLR, playing through college. And what an opportunity for him. You know, his family is from Romania. I remember coaching him when he was in high school. His dad, I think, played either, if not for Romania, then definitely in Romania. So he'd be one proud papa right now watching his son not only play for Romania, but do so against their new home here in the United States.
Yeah, I talked to Robbie yesterday. Nice conversation with him. He was thrilled to be here. His parents going to be here. They're going to take a little vacation time. And that's Iramescu right there. Iramescu. 8 meters out. Romania. Down by 4. An unconverted try would put them in the lead. Immelman. Konecki. Iramescu cues up. Takes it again. Robbie Iramescu. Konecki. Little pick and go off the back. Romania in tight. Good drive, ball up in the air. Can the USA stop this one? A referee on the spot, wrapping around to take a look. The referee sees a knock on in there. It's going back to a 5-meter scrum for the USA. A couple of good Iramescu charges, but the USA eventually are going to get the ball back.
That was a tough sequence just there for Romania, who were just rumbling forward thanks to some hard work in their forward pack. Started with their line-out maul. They had really good go-forward momentum from it, and then it was just a couple quick hits around the ruck, pick and goes, and just unlucky here to lose this handle so close to that try line. And so we reset here with the scrum to the United States, but a chance for Romania here to really put some pressure on this Eagles scrum right now and force them to have a really difficult clearance kick, because this ball is centered right alongside of that right-hand upright. So not a great spot for the United States, but we've seen them attack from this area of the field, Dave. So maybe the United States here backs themselves a little bit, see some green grass, and they might have a go from 5 meters out.
Yeah, maybe, but if I'm a Romanian deep 3 player, I'm licking my chops right now. As you mentioned, this is probably their best attacking opportunity. You know, if they can't find touch, they should be able to, have a great opportunity to attack inside the USA half.
Referee brings this one back down. Penalty against Romania. So the USA, little gamesmanship there, lucky to draw it, coming in a little too quick as Romania.
That's devastating stuff for Romania. You absolutely cannot give that type of penalty away without even engaging at that point. You know that you've had some really good scrums in the first half. You know that you've got some fresh reserves in, fresh bodies, bringing some fresh power, and you just give the United States a get-out-of-jail-free card. If you're the Romanian forwards coach, you're ripping your hair out right now in the booth next to us.
Look at McGinty, puts that one out. It's going to be their line out, 40-meter line of their own. Still in the lead, 4 points. 58 minutes gone in this 80-minute matchup. USA at the 40. Little drive coming in. Romanian forwards trying to thwart this powerful attack. Ball comes out, but a little messy for the USA. They're going to have to reset this one. USA. Ball a little cleaner now. Smith. Looking for a runner. Trying to wrap around. Player over the top there for Romania. Draw penalty. A little loose with the breakdown for the USA. Romania team just trading penalties now.
And a great defensive stand that time from Romania. The United States just way too static. Setting up the box kick. You can see J.P. Smith just trying to get a better kicking angle. Going to his forward pod, right to his left-hand side. A group of 3 forwards adjacent to that ruck. And they turn that ball over now. So Romania with a chance at redemption after coming just 2 meters, maybe 1 meter shy on their last effort. They may be setting up for a kick here to put 3 points on the board as you see the tee come onto the field. So Romania really showing a lot of confidence in Konecki and really trying to just keep that scoreboard ticking over. I think in this situation, if I'm the Romanian captain, I just had a lot of success in our last line out going forward off that maul. It's a pretty long range shot. I would have maybe went to the corner, tried to put a score in and actually take the lead. But Romania here just trying to close that gap.
Konecki lines it up. Just under the 60-minute mark. Konecki has the distance. Does he have the accuracy? Assistant referees are happy with it. It's a 1-point game, 17-16. The Eagles will have the restart. And we have a hydration break. We're going to step aside for just a second. Be right back. We'll do billboard.
Go.
This match is brought to you by WorldRugbyShop.com. World Rugby Shop is your one-stop shop for all your rugby gear needs. Whether you're a seasoned player or just starting out, World Rugby Shop offers an extensive selection of top-quality gear and apparel to elevate your game. From jerseys and shorts to boots and accessories, we've got you covered. Visit us and see why World Rugby Shop is your ultimate destination for everything rugby. Gear up today. That's been our hydration break. The U.S. going to kick this one off. We want to give a special shout-out to former U.S. head coach Mike Tolkin. Just had life-saving surgery. Mike Petrie, you know him pretty well. Have played for him many times. Can we talk about it just a bit?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of playing for him for many years, including in the red, white, and blue with the United States at the 2015 World Cup. And I think everything that's just gone down for Coach Tolkin is a testament to how amazing our rugby community is here in the United States. They put a sounding alarm out to the world in the United States, and Wendy Young, one of the broadcasters, answered the bell with her wife, Tracy.
We'll talk about more in just a second. The ball comes out. Great work off the kickoff. Sam Gala, the Dallas Jackal, gets in there. We have an advantage. One of the players tripped over one of the Romanian players. Another little wraparound here. He's working well. Augsburger looks one way, looks the other, gets it back in. Mitch Wilson puts out that pass into Dyer on the end. They've got some runners now. That's Fawcett. Little pick and go. They need some people to join that ruck, and they get them. It's spilled forward. Unfortunately there for Paul Mullen, but it was a free play. We'll come back to a penalty. USA right in front of the post.
Yeah, not sure what happened in that hydration break, but the United States Eagles come flying out of that.
This is a big call here for Greg Peterson, the captain for the United States, as our referee has a conversation here with Romania. But you're right in front of the sticks here. Dave, what do you think? You're going for points, trying to give yourself a little bit of a lead here. It would only be, if you hit it, which you would imagine you would, it would only be a 4-point lead. But I think with that kind of momentum coming out of a hydration break, go to the corner.
Yeah, there's 20 minutes left. I mean, me personally, I take the 3. And again, there's still a lot of game to be played here. So I like the extra 4 points. It puts it up more than just a penalty.
And McGinty's going to agree with Dave Fee on this one. Get the 3 points, put them up by 4.
And with that mark directly in front, I think I take back what I said, and I'll take the 3 points on offer. I tend to be a little bit more conservative when I'm in that leadership role and I see an opportunity to get points. But there it is. There's that spill by Paul Mullen coughing that ball up, but luckily they had the advantage, so we come back for it. And for McGinty, this should just be an easy shot from right in front.
Mullen, a Texas A&M grad, born in the Aran Islands. McGinty with the shot. The Bristol Bears player slots that one through, so it's a 4-point lead again for the USA. Just under 20 minutes left in this Pershing Cup contest. The USA will play Scotland next week at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. on Friday night, so get ready for that one. Dylan Fawcett is off the field, coming on for the USA. So sending for Tengai, excuse me. High hanging kick there. Change their restart kicker. USA comes down with it. Was the player ripped out of the air? The referee doesn't seem to see it, but looked like another Romanian player come in from an angle there. Referee is going to play on. Building a little distance here. They're going to go for the box kick option. Hang it high towards the touchline. Up in the air. Dyer makes the tackle on the Romanian back three player. Romania able to regather. Waiting pot of forwards. They put a number of reserves in, have Romania trying to get those fresh legs on the field in this Pershing Cup. Little slowdown. Defense able to gather there. But now it's Romania's turn for a box kick. Kanake doesn't get a lot of distance. Will they return the ball? USA ball bounces off the ground. Nobody quite gets a hold of it. Who has it now? It looks like USA. USA regathers. Some space out wide. Narrow defense. Just slightly around it they go. Players have to roll away for Romania. Quick ball for the U.S. We go to the boot. Hanging a high one. Looking for some space. Ball's a little twisting. Papaya. Gets it across field to Vauvasa. He spots some open room. McGinty coming across. Rolls inside the 22. Have to keep it out of touch here. Be a 50-22. Can just hoof it away. And keeps it in field himself. Players from the USA have to regather. Good attacking opportunity here for Romania. Romania at the 40-meter line. Another kick from Romania. The kicking game is in. Comes to Bani. Tommaso Bani was ready to return that one, but it's a penalty against the USA for players offsides. Opportunity to cut it down to one again for Romania should they choose.
Yeah, Romania does a great job there with a deep kick into the USA 22. A.J. McGinty's able to recover, but doesn't have a great angle. And unfortunately, he takes a big shot as he's able to, kick it downfield, which unfortunately keeps a lot of the USA players on sides and lets Romania have a great opportunity to return that kick. So here it is again, deep into the corner. A.J. McGinty, unfortunately nothing good happens when this ball hits the ground. It continues to roll, puts him into the corner. He takes a shot as he's able to release it. You can see a lot of blue jerseys in front of him, which is going to allow Romania here to basically have a free shot of attack, which they do a lot of offsides bodies. I believe that's what they come back to here in the penalty.
Kanake lines it up. Referee takes time off.
Guys, we're just confirming the mark's in the right place. Yeah, we're just checking the mark.
Referee just confirming this penalty is in the right place. Not going to the TMO as they could have been. We're going to talk to Thomas Wheels Grant about next week's matchup.
Yes, indeed. Well, there is still plenty of excitement left in this one. You can see the fans behind me are taking in all the action. But if you're loving your American Series rugby, there is plenty more to come to you next week. On Friday, the Eagles take on Scotland at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. And that is a fixture that will bring back many happy memories for Eagles fans. In 2018, the USA Eagles defeated Scotland 30 points to 29 in Houston. So make sure you tune into that one next Friday. It is going to be a blockbuster clash.
Big matchup coming back there. Thank you, Wheels. Do not miss the game at Audi Field next week in our nation's capital. Beautiful July weekend in Washington. Konecki lines this one up. Konecki cuts a lead to 1 again. 20-19. USA leads Romania. 15 minutes left in the Pershing Cup.
Yeah, with so much of a game being stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, these shots at penalties have become important, and we'll see, how this unfolds over the last 15 minutes here, Mike.
Here's where your decision to go for points with McGindy from right in front really pays dividends, because it keeps that lead for the United States, whereas if they had gone to the corner on that play like they did so many times in that first half, we might be looking at a very different picture here on that scoreboard. But as it is, Konecki looks like he's taking a walk towards the sideline. He's had a great game tonight, hitting 4 kicks, so 12 points for Romania for him.
Romanian player takes down the kickoff, but has 2 defenders right on him, so can't get any ground. So inside their 22 come the Romanian Oaks. Romanian Oaks keeping this game very tight with penalty kicks. Konecki going to go to the boot. Drives that one downfield to Mitch Wilson. He's near touch, but he's going to stay in. Anana Schultz powers his way into the Romanian defense. Looking for the ball is Smith. Goes one way, turns the other. Out to the wing they go, but it's spilled forward there by Ben Bonasso. And Ben Bonasso knocks on to be a scrum for Romania, but there's a Romanian player down in a bit of bother.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and stop this one for some player safety. And again, we talked about some of the collisions and the physicality here, we saw in the first half. Even though we're in the 65th minute, both teams still bringing it, and unfortunately we have a player down.
You see number 21 on the field there for Romania. That's Rupanu. He's there. He was started their last game in the European Championship at scrum half, but at this point in time, Konecki has been a consistent goal kicker for, and you take him out in a game like this, as we have a look at this unfortunate situation for Romania, we can only hope that the player is okay.
While the player gets tended to, with just under 15 minutes left in this game, it's so tight. It's going to be a game of fine margins. We're taking a look at this unfortunate hit.
Yeah, I believe that's Shabota who comes in. He's pretty low. He's bent there at the waist with his head down, and unfortunately, I think he's going to get, a knee to the back of the neck there. Always dangerous.
Teammate Gulau in speaking with him. Yeah, head just in the wrong place there. It's very much safety-oriented game around the tackle, but sometimes head just getting the wrong way there.
Yeah, you teach to get low. You teach to get your head in the right spot. But sometimes, as you're trying to bring down such a large player like Fernando Schultz.
Konecki, the number 9 for Romania, has had a great game. Let's take a look at some of his action today.
I think that's a big substitution for Romania to take him out at this point in the game. He's been your goal kicker all night long and has been fairly consistent. He only had 1 miss. Here he is on defense, getting underneath his opposite, J.P. Smith, to hold this try up. And he has just had a sensational game. Here's another one that he held up, A.J. McGinty. So not just putting points on the board for Romania, but keeping points off the board for the United States. And here's a look at some of the work he's done off the tee tonight. So that's a pretty big substitution by their coaching staff to bring him out of the game in such a close situation like this. I mean, you take your goal kicker off, the guy that's been out there consistent for you. That's a big move.
You talk about some of the young players, though, Mike, the guys who will be involved, as we look to Project Gemini, et cetera, 2027, 2031, this is their time.
Kamil Shabota going off the field for Romania from Dinamo Bucuresti. We wish him well. He's for a head injury assessment. He looked a little wobbly there. I wouldn't see him coming back for the rest of the evening.
The good news is he's walking off on his own power. He looks like he's at least walking off with the medical staff. I'm sure he's in good hands. So we wish him and his Romanian teammates all the best in however now things unfold for him from that situation.
Gabriel Rupanu to put this one in, the replacement for Konecki. 29 times he has played. This is his 30th for Romania. The 26-year-old from rugby team Schwada scored 5 tries in the scrum half position. Ball in quick. Little messy. Out into the middle of the field they go. Tomani, as he's done all day, just getting that initial go forward. Rupanu. Looking to the boot. Rupanu gets it inside the 22. Augsburger, the current captain for the U.S. For Peterson. He's going to take that one in. Referee on the spot. Romanians dig that one out. It's a 1-point game. Romania has the opportunity for 3 points here and would take the lead if they do.
That's a huge play from Romania. Great box kick. A little bit too long, over-kicked his chase, but Nate Augsburger that time, some fancy feet. We talked about him being electric and a bit of an X-factor, but right there runs into several Romanian jerseys, so here he goes. But watch this chase from Romania. 1, 2, 3 players on scene, only 1 navy blue, a second coming in a little bit late. So great play by Romania, and you see the excitement from the Oaks. They are just really excited about this one, and this is a big goal kick now. Again, remember, their starting goal kicker, Konecki, the number 9, is off, and instead, this is Daniel Ply who's going to be stepping up to do the honors and try to put Romania into the lead.
Ply has hit 11 penalty kicks in his career with Romania from rugby team Schwada. Ply. Hear the U.S. fans. Ply pushes this one. Assistant referees say it's good. Lead change at 68.5 minutes. 21-20. Romania leads.
Yeah, talk about big
22-20, pardon me.
Talk about big moments coming off the bench here. And again, here we are in a tight game with just over 10 minutes to play. I'll be honest, it's not what I expected, but here we are, Romania, 22-20 with just over 10 minutes to play.
USA goes quick. Ball goes down to Immelman, the big number 8. He's well taken. USA, that was Augsburger leading the charge to take that down. Uremescu in at the back. Rupanu puts it in the air again. Rupanu playing the territory game with a fine touch just outside the 40-meter line. So a line-out attacking option here for the USA. Replacement hooker, Michelangelo Soseni Fangai, plays for Agen. Put this one in. Wearing number 16, ball to the middle. Onasso takes it down. Augsburger again. Augsburger into contact. We have a penalty advantage here. USA a little more intent right now after losing the lead. Quick ball, Smith. Is there another opportunity here? Lopetti puts one up. Ball quick. Not finding the ground. Still with advantage, USA. Smith. Little pop up there to Mullen. The referee's going to come back. It slips off again. Penalty USA. Do they go to take the lead again? We will see what the decision is here. McGinty certainly within his range.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're 10 minutes out here. I think you almost have to go to take the lead.
You have to give it a shot. I agree with you 100%. Give AJ a chance to have a shot at goal, but instead he's going to go to the corner. So big call from the United States here, just possibly beyond the kicking range of McGinty, but maybe not. Again, we're playing with a lot of confidence. One of the things they talked about throughout the week was the players were saying how excited they are about playing a new brand of rugby and kicking off a 9-test 2024, which, as you and I said, is some of the most tests that the United States has ever played in a non-World Cup year. So lots of rugby in front of this USA Eagles team, and they're going to want to really start off on the right foot. So here they are. You hear the crowd coming alive. I mean, Dave, I know about you, but like even still, that USA chant gives me chills even up here in the booth.
It's hard not to get excited, and you see a lot of players in there, you know, 21, 22, 23 numbers on their back. Guys coming in looking to make an impact, you know, late in the game.
Ball up. Not straight from the replacement hooker. So Seni Fangai. So opportunity here, the scrummer lineup for Romania. They're going to take the scrum.
And another wasted opportunity. Again, you know, we bring in some young players, you know, guys who haven't seen a lot of action throughout the day. They come in. It's a big opportunity to make a big impact, and we've got to nail that throw.
This is where you may be a little bit regretful that you didn't go for the 3 as you got less than 10 minutes to go. But here's that throw. Not even really. Romania got a pot up there. They got somebody in the air, so they had a little bit of pressure on the throw. But overall, like you said, that's a big moment in this game. Your team's down by 2. Got to hit those throws. The lineout's been an area for the United States and for Romania on offense, actually, that neither team has really locked down.
Rapano gets out in touch. There's another USA line out just outside their own 40-meter line. Attacking opportunity for them. Rapano obviously brought into the game to get that ball downfield to the boot and play the territory game. Make it harder for the USA.
Yeah, we'll see some fitness levels. We'll see where these teams are at. You know, early in the campaigns, under the last 10 minutes, who can grind it out here? Who can battle it out? Who can keep possession and work their way into a final shot to win?
So Sony Fangai. That one, is it straight? Referee says yes. So we're fine there. McGinty gets it in the middle of the field. Fondana Schultz takes it in. Smith digs. Finds a runner. Throws the ball in, so Seni Fangai, and goes for a run right there. To Vito Lopetti, a little wrap around the back. USA looking for space. Have to avoid a turnover. Still working hard at the breakdown are the Romanian Oaks. Big hits coming in on Gala. Ball from the USA. Looked like Tamani was offsides from here, but a referee is going to say it's fine. Blocked kick there against Augsburger. Huge chase coming up here. Going back on it for the USA is Luke Carty. And a penalty against Romania, but time working against the USA. 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, lucky for the United States to get a penalty here. I think they got away with one. As Augsburger looked to go put this one into the corner, it gets charged down, and I think he actually trips a Romanian player who would have been in a great position to put the Eagles under a ton of pressure. And then Romania, unfortunately, doesn't allow the Eagles to get up. They fall and dive on the player, and a penalty the other way.
Great line speed from Romania, just, again, still creating havoc for the United States. There's that collision that you're talking about, unintentional from Augsburg. It really doesn't trip anybody on purpose, but he's upset about it. Romanian players are on the ground. But, again, just for Romania, great opportunity, but then they dive on top of Luke Carty on the ground. And so tables turn on them, and we're back at midfield for the United States.
Tommaso takes that one down. Gets it to McGinty, who gets it to Boni. Tommaso Boni takes it to McGinty again. Ball off the back there. They're able to hang on to that one with Carty. Ball back. USA inside their own 50-meter line. Ball out the back from Hilu. Viliamu Hilu gets it out there. It goes to Dyer. Dyer kicks that one through. He's inside his 50. If this rolls out at the 50-22, it will not. Held on by Romania. Kicked in a touch. We'll see where the attacking position is here. 5.5 minutes. Attacking lineup for the USA.
Yeah, and that's how quickly the fields can flip. You know, Romania's down, pressure on their goal line, and here they are now defending inside their half.
That was a great kick that time from Christian Dyer, just to get that territory upfield, and a good chase in the outside channel by Ben Bonasso to put pressure on the kick to keep the United States in this area of the field. But you're right, they go from panic 5 meters out from their own try line to now being in a line-out situation in the other end of the field.
Look for a little move there to Dyer to Boni, but they get driven back. So they lose a little ground. McGinty is going to go wide with this one. Carty spills that one forward. Advantage here for Romania. Romania up by 2 points. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go.
And it starts, again, with the Romanian defense and the physicality, delivering a large shot on Luke Carty. Coming through again. AJ is able to get the ball out to Luke, and a big stick. Manu Mau, we talked about him a lot in the first half for his offensive skills. Here he is doing it with his defense.
Look at Carty, the Chicago Hound. This is his home ground for Major League Rugby. The late changes for the U.S. Time is off here. A couple of players getting attended to from the USA. We're going to have a TMO check here. TMO has spotted something. A referee will come down. Referees headed down there as we saw a look at a battle-hardened USA player. Let's see what the TMO has seen here.
A lot of physicality, a lot of collision, and Christian Dyer looks like he was, in the middle of one here.
Was it a shoulder to the head from a Romanian player?
Can we take it off the split screen?
I think it might be the second arriving player.
The closer angle, the left one as we're looking at it.
This is a part of the game, Mike, I don't know how many, breakdowns you've been in and been on the receiving end of some of these cleanouts from some of these guys, but, these impacts, these collisions, this is, the real violence, the legal violence of our game that, I think a lot of fans love.
I have to be honest, Dave. I'm feeling very comfortable right now up here in the box with you guys. I enjoy getting up out of bed normally and, a Sunday morning after watching the team play. I often miss it. I really often miss it. Like you, I'm sure you watch the games and you feel so much a part of it still, and like you just want to run out there and have some fun with some of the guys. But then you see stuff like this happen, and you're like, "Oh man, this is a nice spot to watch from for sure."
They're taking a look at the actions here of number 6, Vlad Nicolau. Nicolau, another Rugby Team Swada player, debuted against Belgium in 2019, played 20 times for Romania. If he gets carded here, we'll see what happens. The referees have seen it. We'll come back with their decision.
I'll explain. So the contact, there is a degree of danger there.
Referee, maybe yellow card to Nicolau. That is a big moment. What's going to be bigger is where he spots this penalty.
Yeah, I think it's well within AJ's range. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they decide to take a shot at 3 or whether they bang it into the corner and try to drive one in.
And it's an inadvertent hit here, but a hit nonetheless right on Christian Dyer. And so Nicolau, unfortunately, there stepping out as you take a look at Christian Dyer. Just like you said, battle hardened being the right word. And here comes McGinty, the chance to give the United States a 1-point lead.
See, there was the bench there for this Romanian team. They didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Of course, but McGinty is going to line this one up. You see the shot clock, 4 minutes to go. McGinty to take the lead. 2 points right now to Romania. Pershing Cup in its waning moments here. 4 minutes, just under. McGinty. Crowd goes silent. McGinty. Strikes it true. He's got the distance. It's at the post. And it is no good. It remains a 2-point game to Romania. Were those untaken opportunities earlier in the game a mistake at this point? USA has time. 3 minutes to go. They'll get the ball back. They have some work to do.
Not only time, John, they also have a man advantage with this yellow card, but unfortunately, time is against them here. We're into the waning moments. The Romanian defense has shown strong. Can they do it and close it out with just 14 men?
If you're Romania, you got to really buckle down and stay clean on defense. No penalties here. Really push this ball. A great deep kick from Romania here.
What a massive mistake from the Oaks. Ball goes directly into touch from the 22-meter. Opportunity, they can have a scrum, they can have a line out. Scrums for Romania have been pretty strong. We'll see what the USA chooses to do.
I think we got a 4th of July gift from the French with the Statue of Liberty. That was a gift from the Romanians here in the 4th of July. A missed kick opportunity, and the Eagles got right back at it.
Oh, man. It looked so good from up here. It was a good long kick, and I'm thinking in my head, that's exactly what you want. Push the United States back as far as you possibly can. But that is devastating for Romania. And how about this opportunity, though, for the United States? Missed kick from McGinty, but redemption here on the 22-meter line.
Simple one up there from Soseni Fangai. Driving forward, Patty Ryan, number 21, reserve in there. USA working their way towards the line. They're across the 22. Have to play mistake-free rugby. 2 minutes to go in this Pershing Cup. Getting a good drive of the USA Eagles. Splitting apart this Romanian defense. There's another advantage here for the USA. USA penalty advantage. Much more kickable position. McGinty's going to go this time. McGinty takes a run. This is a free play. Remember, the ball comes quickly. Little show. A couple of big collisions right there. 2 Romanians bouncing off the U.S. player. Big pickup from Patty Ryan. Patty Ryan still under penalty advantage. Smith gets it to Bonnie. Bonnie has Augsburger. They get through the line. Coming across they go. Gala. Sam Gala to the ground. USA players in there. Looking for the winning try. Big moments here. Fadana Schultz. Smith. McGinty puts one inside to Bonnie, but we're going to come back for the penalty here. Maybe another card coming for Romania, and a very kickable ball for the USA. They are down to 2 players. Another penalty. Just too much inside their 22. We'll see where they spot this penalty.
Yeah, I think they're going to come back and take the penalty from a drag down in the maul is a long advantage. And like you said, John, it'll be interesting to see where they spot it. If it's outside that 15-meter channel, do they just put it into the corner, or will AJ have another shot at goal?
Gotta go for points here. Gotta go for points. That's a tough angle, but geez. You can see them talking about it right now, trying to decide, and AJ said, I'm going for this one. I want another shot at this.
What I was looking for, I don't know if there was another penalty committed that would put them closer to the post, but it was this original one here. So we'll go back. It's at the 22, just about 9 meters out from the touchline. McGinty to put this one through. There is 50 seconds on the game clock. A critical moment here for the USA Eagles in their Project Gemini moonshot right now. They want to win this matchup against Romania. 40 seconds left. McGinty lines it up. McGinty has been in this position before. .15 seconds to go. McGinty strikes it. And it is no good. We are at 8 seconds to go. We will have time for another play here. 2 points to Romania. The Pershing Cup may be going to the Oaks. Missed kick there from A.J. McGinty.
You know what?
Players down.
I hate to say it, missed opportunities. You know, we saw a number of them in the first half, and here we are, a number of them in the second half. Chances for our United States Eagles. Unfortunate and uncharacteristic, I think, of A.J.
Romania chooses to go deep. We're over the 80-minute mark, so they cannot have a stoppage. A penalty would be the only way to keep going. Fadana Schultz has not stopped from the first seconds of this matchup. McGinty go into a pod in the middle, but Nasso have to keep their structure, the U.S. Smith, is there room on this side? McGinty pulling the strings. That's going to back to Augsburger. They go wide here. Player has to stay in. Tavita Lopetti goes in. Romanian players trying to dig that one away. Next stoppage, barring a penalty, the end of the Pershing Cup. 2 points right now to Romania. Smith. Were those players offsides for Romania? Referee says no. Look close from here. Smith. McGinty. Bonnie. Did that go forward? It's in the hands of Dyer. He's going to roll the dice. They're going down. It's in the hands of a Romanian player. Romanian player. Ball gets knocked forward, it seems, there to come back for a penalty against the USA for offsides. This may be the end of our matchup. Romania may be the winners of this first game of the American Series. That is the replacement right there. Daniel Ply just chips it You can see these Romanian Oaks. They are thrilled with this result, a 2-point win over the United States Eagles for Romania. What a tense end to this matchup.
What a great defensive effort from Romania. Time and time again, they were able to withstand, the shots the United States took at them. They finished the game with 13 men. They're able to close it out in a great defensive stand. I think they'll be pretty happy with their effort tonight.
Absolutely. That was a huge defensive shift from Romania. We talked about this being a very different team. Half of the players different from this team that the Eagles saw back in August of 2023 prior to the World Cup. And so the United States, I think, taking for granted that a little bit. I think you and I are a little bit shell-shocked. I'm sitting here looking at John Broker, sort of the same thing. But credit to Romania. They put in the work. They were talking about being in France, getting ready for this game. And this meant everything to them. Their first time on American soil and a huge win for Romania.
When I spoke to David Gerard yesterday, he said to me at the end of our conversation, tomorrow at the end of the game, no matter what happens, I hope you've seen something different from Romania. And right there, I saw a lot of guts. Players out here shaking hands. Take a look at Renger van Eerten there, the debutant. He had a good game.
Yeah, some real phenomenal efforts, I think, individually. Buriano, we called his name early and often for Romania. Led them defensively. Again, we talked about their defense. We talked about how they were able to, stagnate that USA maul, the opportunities they had early in the first half. He was a name we saw continue to bring it throughout the night.
How about Koneke, the number 9 for Romania? I mean, just Johnny on the spot off the tee all night long. And then he gets taken out. And I was questioning that decision a little bit. And I was a little bit nervous for Romania. But then stepping up to the plate was Daniel Pye knocking down that crucial kick to give them that lead. And then McGinty, I am devastated for them. But like you said, so many opportunities that the Eagles had all night long. They couldn't quite capitalize. 2 times they got over the line and were held up. Lots of opportunities to go for points when they had penalties near the post. They went for the corner instead. So a lot of what ifs for the United States as they open the first of 9 tests in 2024 with a loss to Romania.
A thought and a little bit of silver lining here, right? Romania played 4 games in the Rugby European Championship, so Gerard's had 4 games with this team. He said they're at the end of a long season. They've been together for a couple of weeks now. As you said, a lot of fitness work, a lot of kind of team bonding. USA, MLR, everybody was playing last weekend. They've only had 1 week together. Now they're going to play Scotland. You did see some endeavor from the United States, some great attacking strategies, a couple of little miscues, just missed timings that'll get together as they keep playing together. But there is a little silver lining here.
Speaking of playing in ends of seasons, that was one of the questions I asked head coach Scott Lawrence. I said, hey, this comes right at the end of the MLR season, and the guys are just a bit battle-hardened, but also maybe tired. They played a huge Major League Rugby season, and almost every team in Major League Rugby was represented here. So some of these guys have been playing 17, 18 weeks of rugby.
All right, you heard it there. We're going to step aside just a second, but stay with us. We're going to come back with some interviews.
We understand the mission that we're after. We're trying to inspire the new generation, and obviously we're hosting the World Cup, so being able to inspire the new generation and doing that, it's bigger than us and joining together.
The real focus is about us and producing a brand of rugby that we really think is our identity, physical up front, fast on the edge, and we're going to take it week by week and day by day and just continue to try to be the best USA Eagles that we possibly can be.
More importantly, I'm just excited to get back with the boys. I always enjoy my time with Team USA. But especially to see what the work I put in for Seattle and see how I can come into this environment and jive in with other boys from other clubs.
It's pretty unique. 2 weeks ago you're going up against them, trying to bash them, but then 2 weeks later you're in camp with them, and you're all fighting for the same goal. And it's cool, all the different cultures from all the different teams, both domestically in the MLR and abroad with those guys coming in. It's a unique environment. It's a melting pot of individual personalities, individual styles of the game. But the common theme among all of us is the love for the game of rugby and love to represent the USA.
Being able to just find that connection again with my backs. Being able to just build off what we built last year. We had a winning season, so that's something positive that we can take away and going into this year, 2024, and with a bang.
Welcome back to SeatGeek Stadium. The Pershing Cup has been taken home by those Romanians. It's a tough one. We're going to take a look at a tough moment for A.J. McGinty. This could have been the game winner.
Yeah, AJ lines up here, in the Chicago night. Unfortunately, it just falls right. AJ's coming off a hamstring injury. Mike mentioned 9 tests. I think those are ones, we'll be able to hit, throughout the rest of the year.
Here's Romania just ending the game. You can see the elation, incredible, as it would say in Romania. Tremendous work. We are going to have some interviews now, so it is going to be Greg Peterson, Thomas Wheels Grant. Take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Standing by here with captain for the Eagles, Greg Peterson. Greg, it was a game that ebbed and flowed on the scoreboard. Great to be back here in front of your home fans. Unfortunate about the loss today, but what key takeaways do you take away from that performance?
Yeah, it was really just accuracy. We came with a game plan. I just don't think at times we were 100% with it, but there'll be a lot of review in that game, a lot of accountability that will come out of it. I know we'll be better. We didn't do our fans proud. We didn't play that American.
Back to DC next Friday to take on Scotland. What do you look to turn around ahead of that big fixture?
Yeah, Scotland will be a very well-drilled side with a lot of attacking shapes. So we're just going to be a little bit better, tighten up a few little things, which are all a lot of easy fixes from this game. And I think we'll be right as rain. So, yeah, just tighten up a few things will be good.
Well, thanks for your time and all the best moving forward.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Wheels. Words from Greg Peterson. Tough time to talk. Mike, you've been in that position as a captain of the USA. It's always a little tough moment there.
Absolutely devastating on so many levels, but I think the storyline that we've been talking about is just those opportunities that have come and gone for the Eagles. And again, 9 tests over the course of this year, so they'll go back to the drawing board, they'll go to those meeting rooms, and they'll try to get that right.
And it'll also be interesting to see, I mentioned the U20s over in Scotland. We've already seen Dom Bisag, a young 20-year-old, get capped for the United States. How soon before we start to see some of these young stalwarts come into that Eagles squad?
We have Wheels again with the Romanians.
Yeah, well, you can see the emotion at the end of that game. The victorious captain, Maria Simeonescu, the passion, the elation from this Romanian side. Talk me about it.
We are a new team. We want to build. We start to build now. We start to build today. We're a young team and want to go on the top.
And how proud are you of the resilience that your side showed today, right till the 80th minute?
I'm very proud, 1,000% proud of my colleague, my Oaks.
Well, congratulations and good luck next week for Canada.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Romania, a rugby powerhouse in the late 80s, early 90s, have had some tough times over the years. Good game for them right there. David Gerard must be very pleased with this result. Moving forward, they play Canada next week. This should give them a little bit of confidence headed that way.
Absolutely. Coming here into Chicago, finishing the game with 13 men, I think they'll build off of that defensive effort. And if I'm David Gerard, I'm a happy guy here, with my first game.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's really tough to come, like we said, travel halfway around the world and win, especially after what he said has just been a long several months for Romania between a World Cup campaign that was very difficult to the European Championship and then their club season at home. But how excited for the Romania.
You see the Romanian team, they are excited as the fireworks go off over SeatGeek Stadium. Romanian celebrates. We're talking about it. David Gerard wants his players to want to embrace playing for Romania, and a game like this will certainly help. We're going to take one last look here. And let's take one last look at everything we had in this matchup here on FloRugby.
Yeah, again, it was a lot of start and stop, early in the first half. Eventually things were able to break it open. We saw a lot of action here in Chicago, a lot of free-flowing rugby.
It was back and forth all night long, and here's one of 2 tries that could have been for the United States. J.P. Smith being held up that time. Both hold-ups by number 9, Konecki for Romania, and then some big hits. And there's Christian Dyer, the recipient of one of them. I mean, this was just collision after collision all night long. Here's A.J. McGinty scoring.